All right, this one's for the eBay sellers. eBay standard envelope, or commonly referred to as PWE, right? This took me quite some time to navigate through and figure out what's right. It's not because what I was sending out I was having problems with, is because what I was getting in and I was having problems with. I sometimes make hundreds of purchases of baseball cards a week, right? And a lot of them come in these envelopes. And about 2 or 3% I was having problems with, and I still continue to have problems with. So all sellers out there, you can take this advice, do what you want with it. Some will argue with me. They'll say, well, eBay says this and blah, blah, blah. Look, that's all great. I'm going to tell you, I've pretty much figured it out, and this is as good as gold when sending out eBay standard envelopes and your baseball, football, whatever cards, or even money. It includes money too. I've actually used it to send out money. So anyway, plain white envelope, it's referred to as, and you can certainly use a plain white envelope, but I use invitation envelopes. I first started with these. I've never had any problems. Now, these aren't the real thick ones. These are like the thinner ones, okay? I forget how much I pay. It's like $20 for 250 envelopes, I think. I don't know if that's right, but I think it comes out to like 10 cents an envelope, or a little bit less. This is what I started with, but I also have these. I use these a lot, and I have these for backup. They're a little bit smaller and a little bit thicker, but it'll work as well. Out of all these, I'm going to tell you I prefer this one here, okay? Simply because it's a little bit larger, and the way the envelopes go through the machine, it's going to help you out. The whole problem isn't it because it's more than a 1/4 inch thick. Okay, so sometimes your envelope will get held, okay? And the customer might get a pink slip, they might not get a pink slip. It might say delivered, it might not say delivered. It varies. It's like a really weird service. It's not really that great. The tracking's not that great. But I'll tell you, if the customer says they haven't received it yet, there's a good chance that your envelope got held. And if it's multiple customers, it's because there's an issue. You could still be within the 1/4 inch and the size and whatever eBay says, you can still follow all that and be wrong. I'll tell you what, the postmaster told me if you put non-machinable on it, it should avoid any problems at all, even if you're outside the guidelines that I'm about to show you. I've never done that. I see some people do. Maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But it even took him a minute to figure out exactly what was right and wrong. USPS workers do not know anything about the eBay standard envelope. Don't even try to talk to them about it. I'm telling you right now, they just don't know about it. They don't know that we have a thing on eBay that says if it's within this, and this, you can use that envelope. They don't know anything about it. Believe me, they just don't. So here's what you do. Use an invitation envelope, okay? Preferably bigger than the card, because the way it goes through the machine, if for any reason it gets stuck in the machine or won't go through the machine, it's going to get held. You're going to get, and the post office is going to tell the customer, you owe us first class shipping if you want this. If not, it's going to get sent back. All right. And so let's just avoid all that. Let's not talk about what you do if that happens yet. That'll be in a different video. Let's just avoid all that. Let's do it right. The next thing, so it'll help go through the machine, card savers. Thin card savers, you have to use card savers. Don't use the top loaders that have that edge. Most of the time, that's where it gets hung up on the machine, because I can see it in the envelope. You can see where it goes across and then it leaves the mark. It gets stuck right there and leaves the mark. And then they'll pull it out of the machine. They're going to stamp it and say, give us first class. This right here has a thin profile on the edge. So leading into the machine, this is thin to thin, and there's nothing to stop it from going through. Don't wrap the card with anything. Don't put protectors on the outside of it. Nothing extra. just the card and the envelope. And what else I like to use is these tabs. Let me show you. I put a tab on the edge. I put it in the envelope. Wham! Press it down. Now that's not going anywhere. It's not moving around in the envelope. I actually use 2 of them. And when they get it, they can easily open the envelope and yank that off the tab, right? You can use a little piece of tape, whatever you want. If you need some of these tabs, I have them. I'll send you 1,000 of them, real cheap. You know, a couple bucks. Yeah, whatever. But that's it. Seal that up. Put your shipping label over it. And now you're ready to go. That is how you use the eBay standard envelope, aka PWE. Okay, that's it. Now, sometimes you'll say, well, what if the customer says they want extra protection, like, you know, this isn't good enough. Can you please use, 3 top loaders together, and they'll pay extra, for the extra ounce. It doesn't work like that. If the buyer's looking for extra protection for their card valued up to $20, ask them to please use first class, and you'll pack that thing like a Herkimer diamond going through the mail. Okay? This isn't for the extra protection. And I'll tell you, out of the thousands of cards that I've received and thousands I've sent out using eBay standard envelope, I've never had a problem with any type of damage. Okay? So just keep that in mind. If it's a little piece of mind, this is fine. Just like this, it's fine. I was skeptical too. Believe me, I was a little skeptical, but it's fine. And if something does happen, right, the seller, you're covered up to $20 from eBay. So don't worry about it, right? The buyer's always covered. They have buyer protection. The seller's also covered in this instance. We'll make another video about if you're having problems because your envelope got held up. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, I can give you tips and tricks on what to do to make the process a lot smoother, because that can be aggravating for both parties. And we need to just skip all the aggravation. Keep both sides happy. I figured out a way. All right. So, guys, have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good whatever it is, wherever you're at. Go Phillies. Go Phillies. Sad to see Rhys Hoskins go out. He's probably out for the year now. But, Phillies will get it done. Phillies will get it done. And hopefully they'll sign him back. They'll sign him because he's going to be a free agent. This guy's on fire, Alec Thomas. I'm hard on Alec. Anyway, have a good day, have a good night, have a good whatever it is. Peace.